Hey guys, Blizzard Designer here. I just wanted to record a quick video with my predictions for midnight. I've seen a few predictions and a few theories and things, and I just wanted to kind of put my take out there as well. Mainly because I disagree with some of the things people are saying, but also just because I think it'd be fun to have a proof when I'm right, basically. So here I am in Silver Moon, and I'm thinking for the cinematic trailer that we're gonna get for midnight, that we're gonna see a lot of Silver Moon. And I know some people say it doesn't make sense because the Sunwell is in Quel'Danas, and some people are saying that we're probably going to see Quel'Danas get taken over by the Void. Thalyssra specifically thinks that that's going to be taken over at the very beginning. I think that's wrong. I think that for the cinematic and for the beginning of the expansion, I think at least one of the first things that's going to happen is the Void. I think the Void is going to attack Silver Moon. At some point, we're going to get a shot of the night sky, and it's going to be all stars and everything. And then we're going to see the Void descend down and start covering the sky, just like in the little teaser that they have. I think we're going to get a really good shot of this building, and that's part of the reason why I think Silver Moon is going to be attacked. I think it just makes sense because, number one, because there's some really cool looking shots you could get, like aerial shots, right? Number two, because I think we're going to see a lot of changes and rebuilding to Silver Moon and how it looks, and I think that the trailer is going to be able to show off some of that, and maybe even show people trying to rebuild parts of it, but right before the attack comes. So to me, it just makes sense that we're going to get that Silver Moon is going to be kind of the introduction and sort of a reintroduction at the beginning of midnight. Another reason why I think we're going to see Silver Moon and not Quel'Danas is because it's a really good place for a distraction. I mean, think about if the Void sends a bunch of, monsters and a big swirly portal and all this stuff to Silver Moon. There's an attack during the night, and they're fighting it off, and meanwhile, Xal'atath or some big person from the Void is sneaking into the Sunwell, right? And we might even get a good glimpse of the Sunwell inside with this person sneaking in or something. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think that makes a lot of sense. But that's why I think the main attack and the action is going to be there at Silver Moon. Now, obviously, these cinematic trailers are usually only a couple minutes, so it's not like they're going to be able to do a whole lot. But I think they could easily show both locations, the couple seconds kind of shot between different, each area. The other thing that I feel pretty confident on is I don't think they're gonna take the Sunwell right away. They might, Xal'atath might find a way to corrupt it, or might do something to kind of cause issues, but I don't think the Void's gonna take it right away. One of the things that Metzen said about midnight was that we are going to be defending the Sunwell from the Void. And if we're defending them from the Void, defending it from them, to me it doesn't make sense that we would be fighting to take it back in the very beginning of the expansion. That seems kind of like a later thing. I feel like the Isle of Quel'Danas and the Sunwell and all that could be a really good place for the end of the expansion, or at least, a little bit, maybe like middle, maybe the second raid. But I think one thing I'd love to see is, like, first of all, an easier way to get to the Quell de Nas, not just the flight path. But another thing I think would be really cool to see is for it to all be kind of open to the world, where we could walk in straight to the Sunwell without having to be in an instance. But then I think it would be cool if they did an instance version of the whole island, and that was the raid to some extent. And I think it should look and feel completely different than it does now. It should be like all voidy, very similar to like when the Burning Legion would take over an area and it would just be all dark and green, but this time purple, right? I think that would be really cool. I'm excited to see what areas they redo. I feel like, Eversong and Ghostlands, I feel like it's pretty much guaranteed. Stratholme would be cool. The Plaguelands, I feel like need an update as well. I guess we'll see. And Tirisfal Glades, I'll tell you what I want. Obviously, eventually everything, right? But for this, I feel like kind of this upper half, ignoring like Arathi Highlands, and like some of this was kind of, redone a little bit for BFA. But I think Gilneas and around Undercity and like all of this, I think could use an update, upgrade, so to speak. And that's a lot, right? And so it probably won't happen. But any of that we could get would be really cool, and I think super exciting. So I think I won't be surprised if we see Quell de Nas, or if we see the Sunwell and there's some connection made between the Sunwell and Azeroth, like, the world soul that we keep seeing images of. Just like the fiery kind of ball shots we get. But I think the main focus for this cinematic, for this first thing, is going to be Silver Moon. And I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a crazy battle. I feel like it's going to be very similar to kind of the Legion cinematic. Or at least, if they were to draw from one of them, that's the one I would think would make the most sense. Just like thematically. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited for when I'm right. and even if I'm wrong, I'm still excited. I think it'll be cool. I'm really interested to see what happens with all the new housing stuff and everything. But yeah, it is Friday currently as I'm recording this, so the thing will be on Tuesday, and I will be having a video come out then to kind of react and let you guys know my first thoughts once I see it. But until then, this has been Blizzterior Designer, and I will see you guys next time.